Welcome back to Smart Income Masters, where we help you make money smarter,
Hmm.
thinking about launching an Etsy side hustle. Or maybe you're already selling and want to level up your game. Well, today, we're taking a deep dive into the world of Etsy in 2025, uncovering the hottest trends, challenges sellers are facing, and some proven tactics to boost your Etsy earnings. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future deep dives into making money smarter. Now, I've been selling on Etsy for a while, and let me tell you, things have changed a lot since I started back in 2017.
That's true. The landscape is constantly evolving. What's fascinating is that even with a slight dip in overall sales in 2024, Etsy still boasts a massive market with millions of active buyers and sellers. But as you've likely experienced, competition is
Oh,
fierce.
absolutely. It's not like the early days where you could just list something and watch the sales roll in.
Mhm.
You really need to find your niche and stand out. So what are some of the areas where sellers are finding success in 2025?
Well, one trend that's really taken off is sustainability. It goes beyond just being a buzzword. People are actively seeking out eco-friendly options and are willing to pay a premium for them. Think reusable shopping bags, zero waste kits, or even home decor made from reclaimed materials.
You know, that actually reminds me of something I've noticed in my own shop. I started offering eco-friendly phone cases made from recycled materials. And they've been flying off the virtual shelves. People are really responding to that. And it's not just a feel-good thing, it's a smart business move.
Exactly. It taps into a growing market of conscious consumers. Another area that's booming is personalization. People crave unique items that reflect their individuality, things like engraved jewelry, custom home decor, or clothing with one-of-a-kind designs are always in demand.
That makes total sense. People want to feel special. And what better way than with something made just for them? I've actually had a lot of success with personalized items in my shop as well. It seems like everyone wants that personal touch these days. But beyond sustainability and personalization, are there any other trends that are really catching your eye?
Definitely. Minimalist and modern home decor is still huge. Think clean lines, neutral colors, and a focus on functionality. Geometric planters, space-saving furniture, abstract wall art. Those kinds of things are doing really well.
You know, speaking of home decor,
Mm,
I've noticed a resurgence of vintage and retro-inspired items. There's something about that nostalgia factor that really resonates with buyers. Upcycled clothing, mid-century modern furniture,
yeah.
antique jewelry. If it has a story, it has potential. It's like giving these pieces a second life, and people seem to love that.
It's fascinating how trends cycle through time, isn't it? And it's not just about aesthetics, it's about connecting with a different era and appreciating the craftsmanship of the past. But it's not all about traditional crafts anymore. Etsy is becoming a hub for tech gadgets and accessories too.
Really? I wouldn't have thought of that. What kind of things are we talking about here?
Well, things like stylish phone cases, unique smartwatch bands, even handcrafted stands for smart home devices are gaining popularity. And speaking of tech, don't underestimate the power of digital products on Etsy. Printable art, planner templates, ebooks, design assets. These offer high profit margins and are incredibly easy to scale. I actually know a seller who's making a killing just from selling printable wall art.
Wow, that's incredible. It makes me wish I had a bit more of a creative flair.
Yeah.
But seriously, for anyone listening who has design skills, digital products are definitely worth exploring. There's a huge market for that kind of thing. So it seems like there are a lot of opportunities out there for Etsy sellers. But I'm guessing it's not all sunshine and rainbows.
Right.
What are some of the challenges that sellers face in this evolving landscape?
You're right. It's not a walk in the park. One of the biggest hurdles is obviously the competition. With millions of sellers vying for attention, it can be tough to stand out, especially if you're in a popular niche.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. I've had to get really creative with my marketing and branding to make sure my products are seen. It's a constant hustle. But I'm guessing competition isn't the only challenge.
Right.
No, definitely not. Another big one is managing Etsy's fees. While the platform is relatively easy to get started on, those transaction fees, payment processing fees, and optional advertising costs can really add up and cut into your profits.
Ugh, tell me about it. I learned that lesson the hard way early on. You really have to factor those fees into your pricing strategy from the get-go. Or you could end up losing money without even realizing it.
Precisely. And then there's the issue of limited control. While Etsy offers a fantastic platform with a built-in audience, you're essentially operating within their ecosystem. They can change their policies,
Oh, right.
algorithms,
Yeah.
or fee structures at any time, and that can have a direct impact on your business. That's a great point. You're kind of at the mercy of their decisions, which can be a bit unnerving at times. You know, one recent change that's got a lot of sellers talking
Huh.
is Etsy's decision to remove handling and packaging fees from calculated shipping prices starting in March 2025.
It's definitely a significant shift. Etsy claims this is to simplify things for buyers and avoid turning them off with added costs at checkout. But it could also be a strategic move to offset the costs of programs like Etsy Insider, which offers free shipping to members.
Interesting. So what does this mean for sellers who rely on calculated shipping?
Well, it means they need to carefully review their pricing strategies to ensure they're not losing out on profit margins due to this change. If those handling and packaging costs aren't accounted for, they could see a dip in their earnings.
That's a really important point. It seems like navigating Etsy's evolving landscape requires a lot of strategic thinking and adaptation. We'll delve deeper into strategies for success in the next part of our deep dive. But before we move on, I want to encourage everyone listening to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the rest of this episode and all our future deep dives into making money smarter,
Welcome back to Smart Income Masters.
where we help you make money smarter. Now, let's talk strategy. If you want to thrive on Etsy in 2025, you need to go beyond just listing pretty products. It's about understanding your customers and giving them what they want. And one of the best ways to do that is through customer feedback.
Absolutely. Those reviews and messages are gold mines of insight. You can uncover valuable information about product improvements, refine your marketing language, and even spot new product ideas.
You know what's interesting? I've found that responding to reviews, even the negative ones, builds trust and shows that you care. It's amazing how a simple thank you or a quick solution to a problem can turn a one-time buyer into a repeat customer.
What's fascinating here is that customer feedback helps you create a dialogue with your audience, building a loyal following.
It's like having a focus group build right into your business. And speaking of building, let's talk about building your brand and standing out from the crowd.
Uniqueness is key. Don't just hop on every trend you see. Figure out what makes your product special and let your personality shine through.
When I first started, I tried to be everything to everyone, but my sales were flatlining. It wasn't until I narrowed my focus and really honed in on my unique style that things started to take off, which is a perfect segue into multi-channel selling.
Right. I've been experimenting with Amazon Handmade and even launched my own website last year. It's definitely more work, but it gives you more control and the potential to reach a wider audience.
Exactly. Diversifying your income streams is never a bad idea. And speaking of income, let's talk shipping, a make-or-break factor for Etsy sellers.
Shipping. It's a love-hate relationship. Customers want affordable and fast shipping, but as sellers, we know it can be a logistical nightmare and eat into those precious profit margins. Here's where strategic thinking comes in. Consider offering competitive shipping rates. Maybe even free shipping built into your pricing or offering bundled shipping discounts. It's all about finding that sweet spot.
I've even started experimenting with international shipping. It definitely adds a layer of complexity.
Yeah.
But the potential to expand your customer base is huge. I mean, who wouldn't want to share their amazing creations with the world?
Precisely. Now, let's not forget marketing. You could have the most incredible products in the world, but if no one sees them, what's the point?
Right. It's like that old saying, build it and they will come. Well,
Yeah.
on Etsy,
Yeah.
that's definitely not the case. What are your thoughts on photography?
High-quality photography is non-negotiable. Natural light is your best friend, and using props to tell a story around your products is a game changer.
I actually invested in a light box a few years ago, and it's made a huge difference in the quality of my photos. Plus, I can shoot anytime, regardless of the weather. So
Yeah.
once we've got our photos, how do we get our products seen?
Don't forget about optimizing your listings for Etsy's search engine. Using relevant keywords and detailed descriptions can make all the difference in getting your products seen.
Etsy SEO can feel overwhelming. Once you get the hang of it, it's like having a superpower. What about social media?
Absolutely, and don't underestimate the power of social media. Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, they're all fantastic platforms for showcasing your products, building your brand, and driving traffic back to your Etsy shop.
I've even dabbled in Etsy ads. It can be a bit of a learning curve, but if you're strategic about it, it can be a great way to boost your visibility and reach a wider audience. So basically, besides great products,
Yeah.
you need to be a marketing guru, photographer, and social media expert to succeed on Etsy. Is that right?
Now, while we're talking about Etsy's platform, it's worth mentioning that they're always evolving and adding new features. Keep an eye out for updates and changes, as they can impact your business.
All right, it's a constant learning process, but that's part of what makes Etsy so dynamic and exciting. And the rewards can be significant. We're not just talking about side hustle money here, are we?
Exactly, and the rewards can be significant. We're not just talking about side hustle money here. Some sellers are making serious six-figure incomes on Etsy.
So, for anyone listening who might be thinking, Can I really turn my passion into a profitable business? The answer is a resounding yes.
Absolutely. But it's important to be realistic. It takes hard work, dedication, and a willingness to adapt and evolve.
And don't be afraid to ask for help. There are tons of resources available. Etsy's own seller handbook, online communities, even courses like ours can provide valuable guidance and support.
That's right. Learning from others who have already walked the path can save you a lot of time and headaches.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to catch part 3, where we'll share some final thoughts and resources to help you make money smarter on Etsy in 2025. Welcome back to Smart Income Masters.
Helping you make money smarter.
We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into Etsy in 2025. From profitable niches to strategic marketing, there's a ton of opportunity out there for savvy sellers.
And it all boils down to this. Etsy can be a fantastic platform for building a successful business, whether you're looking for a side hustle or a full-time income. But it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It takes effort, strategy, and a willingness to adapt.
Exactly. And something I've been thinking about lately is the psychology behind what makes people buy. It's one thing to have great products, but it's another to actually get people to click that add to cart button.
That's a crucial point. There are subtle psychological triggers that can significantly impact sales. For example, have you noticed how Etsy often displays messages on listings like only 3 available and it's in 8 people's carts?
Oh, absolutely. I've definitely seen those. And you know what? I've noticed that listings with those messages tend to sell out much faster. It's like it creates this sense of urgency and fear of missing out.
Exactly. It taps into our natural desire to have something that's scarce or exclusive. And that's a strategy you can leverage in your own shop. Highlighting limited quantities or time-sensitive offers can really boost sales.
That's a great tip. I'm going to have to experiment with that. Now, are there any other psychological tricks of the trade that we can use to our advantage?
Another effective strategy is product bundling. Offering products together at a discounted price encourages larger orders and can help you clear out older stock.
I love creating bundles. It's a win-win for both the seller and the customer. The customer gets a great deal, and I get to move more products. Speaking of deals, don't underestimate the power of coupon codes, especially for encouraging repeat customers. A simple thank you coupon for 10% or 15% can go a long way in building loyalty.
Absolutely. It shows that you value their business and incentivizes them to come back for more. So we've talked a lot about what to do. But what are some common mistakes sellers make that they should avoid?
Well, one mistake I see a lot is discounting too often. It can create a perception that your products aren't worth their full price, and customers will start to expect constant sales. It devalues your brand and hurts your profit margins in the long run.
That's so true. It's important to find a balance between attracting customers with deals and maintaining the perceived value of your products. Another mistake I often see is sellers not fully utilizing all the features Etsy offers to enhance their brand. Things like customizable shipping labels and packaging inserts can make a big difference in creating a cohesive and professional brand experience.
I recently started using branded packaging.
Yeah.
And it's been a game changer. It elevates the unboxing experience for the customer and makes my brand feel more polished. It's those little details that can really set you apart.
Absolutely. It shows that you've put thought and care into every aspect of your business. So before we wrap up, any final words of wisdom for aspiring Etsy entrepreneurs?
I would say, stay curious, learn constantly, and don't be afraid to experiment. The Etsy landscape is always changing, so adaptability is key. Embrace the journey and remember, success on Etsy is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes time, effort, and a whole lot of passion. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to Smart Income Masters for more deep dives into making money smarter. We'll be back with more tips, strategies, and insights to help you on your entrepreneurial journey. Until next time, happy selling.